find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
Smash Mouth Footballers. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldera, Chad Young, Smash Mouth Footballers.
Hey, welcome to Smash Mouth Footballers. I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldera.
And I'm the Shadow Act.
And guys, we got that Las Vegas Raiders today. Man, seems like a gamble.
In Vegas?
In Vegas.
Oh, you pun.
I see what you did there. I see what you
You're
did.
full of puns, you silly goose, you.
So, Brock Bowers, let's go ahead and get it. He's supposed to be coming back here soon, about the next month or two.
Yep.
All right. He got hurt the first game, you remember?
Yeah.
He got hurt, but he tried to push through it. He ended up sitting out week 5 and 7, 5 through 7. So he missed two games, and he still did good. He still did good, but I don't think he's the top tight end anymore.
No.
Not with a rookie quarterback, not on this offense. Not as long as Trey McBride.
He may be the. I don't think he's going to be the top fantasy tight end this year. Like that first year, they had to lean on him big. They didn't have any weapons.
Right.
Now, listen, I mean, we say what we will, but I think the best tight end is in Arizona, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's all. I mean, we all.
Without doubt, no matter who the quarterback is.
Now, I'm not saying anything about Brock Bowers because that dude is a beast and he is going to be the number one target.
He's good.
The big addition is Clint Kubiak. 2 years ago, Clint Kubiak ran that Saints offense. And I liked what he did. The problem was you had Derek Carr injuries and you didn't have the talent. This team is a little different. I mean, you saw what he did in Seattle last year. I mean, he went and got the pieces he wanted. He had 2 running backs, and they used them both. And whenever Charbonnet went down, he said, okay, Kenneth Walker, it's your turn. And that's what he did. He took him to a Super Bowl, and he knows what he's doing on offense, and he's getting all these little new toys now. He already had Brock Bowers. Austin Jeanty is going to have a great year.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
Fantasy-wise, you talked about it. I talked about it again. I loved Mike Washington Jr. coming out of this draft at Arkansas.
Yeah.
I loved him. Jadarian Price went in the first round, and I'll tell you what, I thought that was a little early.
It's a reach for a fumbler.
I thought that too. Look, I liked what he did at Notre Dame. Like, if you come out of Notre Dame, you play running back, I want you, right? Jeremiah Love included. But he was slow. He was slow at the combine. And Mike Washington was not. Mike Washington looked like a three down back, in my opinion.
To me, he was the second most talented running back.
Yeah. So if you do take Ashton Jeanty, I would definitely handcuff him.
Oh,
this is a good handcuff. The Maxx Crosby stuff was a little bit ridiculous. I think that was planned by Baltimore. Baltimore had buyer's regret, buyer's remorse, as you called it, and this just helps the Raiders out. And it feels like the coaching staff's embraced him. Last year, he was hurt. They didn't want to pay him. They said, go sit down. He didn't want to sit down. That's the kind of player he is. Well, guess what? This coaching staff who's retooled gets one of the best edge rushers in the game back. And that's nothing but good news for both parts. I think both parts still win on this.
I think they'll be, at some point this year, they'll be glad that he came back home. They're going to have to be.
Yeah.
Now, they have too many. They can unload one in a trade or something later on if someone gets hurt. But this wide receiver room is what interests me.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah.
So you've got a great tight end. You've got another one, Michael Mayer, who's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's nothing to sneeze at, you know. You got 2 really good running backs, an offensive line now, okay? A rookie quarterback. Trey Tucker's your number 1. I don't understand why they didn't go a little bit heavier to get a true number 1 receiver.
Because Brock Bowers is your number 1. Because Brock Bowers is your number 1.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
And they tried to decide. Look, Jack Besh. Hopefully he comes on at. He played a little bit last year. Looked good. They got speed at Jalen Naylor. Philip Dorsett's been around the league as a journeyman, but he's done some things. What I liked that they did was Tyler Linderbaum. They went and got a captain on the offensive line. They said, we're going to run. He runs inside zone, outside zone. You have to have an offensive lineman who's smart, who can call these protections in these blocks, like right, left. We're going to go inside zone. He's got to tell people, especially on even lines.
Do you think that was Kubiak's first line of business right there?
Yes.
It had his name written all over it.
Get me somebody who can run, who's going to be the captain of this offense.
Yep.
And that's why they paid him such. Because he knows he's going to have to run the ball. And you've got 2 home run hitters in the backfield that can, at any point, hit a home run, especially inside, outside zone. Another thing that I really like, I don't like the secondary too much, but they're young and they can't do too much at one time. But
they've been in a constant rebuild for quite a while.
Yeah, but I like Quiddy Pay. I like Maxx Crosby. I like Kuntz.
Yes.
Listen, I like
what they're doing.
Look. That front 7, I got problems about the depth, dude. Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, bro. Come on, dude. Come on now. They're bringing nothing but Georgia players back together. We're stacked on defensive end. With at least 2 of them that can, Crosby and Payne, both can get pressure. I think the secondary's a little bit suspect. I like the key to this team is going to be the offensive line because Kubiak.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I like it.
I think they've done enough. Kubiak is a trench guy, and I don't think it's going to be a problem.
No, me neither. The depth at secondary and cornerback scares me, right? But that offensive line with Jackson Powers-Johnson and the Linderbaum thing.
That's the key.
Could be one of the most significant signings of all of 2026.
That is the key.
Because of the offense Clint Kubiak wants to run. And this offense is not new. Like this offense, remember the 98 Ray, his dad coached the 98 Broncos, 99 Broncos.
It's a Kubiak offense.
It's
just like a Shanahan offense. It's got its own name.
It's worked everywhere. Everywhere. From 1998 to Terrell Davis, sure, it's had different changes and different format and different wrinkles and everything else. But guess what? Everybody, if you've had the right running back, everybody's been able to run the ball through this offense.
If they're smart, you guys might not agree, but if they're smart, Kirk Cousins starts at least the first 2 games of this season.
I think he'll start 5 or 6.
I don't think he'll last 4, but he has to do 2 to 3.
This really depends on how Mendoza picks up on everything.
Yeah, he's got to get some real time, game time.
The problem I see is like you're talking about Kubiak and everybody else, but we also got Brady, and there's a lot of hands involved in this offense because I don't see Brady sitting back and just watching. I see him getting in there and making his own opinion known, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. My thing is too many Chiefs, is it going to be a bad situation? Long term, we got enough rookies that they have plenty of years with Brock Bowers, Ashton, Jeanty, Washington, and Mendoza to build up. But we have a really thin wide receiver room.
They're kind of like the Jets to me. They should be better than their record shows right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But I think that this team will do more with what they got than the Jets will.
Well, I have more faith in their coach.
Their coach, absolutely.
I have more faith.
And their front office people.
Yeah, surprisingly, we said that about the Raiders. We have more faith in their front office than we do Woody Johnson and the Jets. But this division is probably the hardest division in football.
Yes.
That's what I feel bad for them for. That division is going to be tough.
I think they're at least 2 years from getting anywhere.
Relevance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because they got to grow. Like, this is a complete rookie team almost.
But they're a young team. They're a young team, man.
Brock Bowers is 3 years in. Mendoza is his first year. Ashton Jeanty's in year 2. Again, Jeanty's got to start back over again because last year they changed up his stance and everything. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to let him go back to the way he ran in college. And they're going to, like you said, they got a good compliment in Washington. There's so many. I mean, you put 5 years on these guys, and they're dominant for us.
Kubiak will get this team to be relevant again.
Can I just tell you though? Look, I am so excited about Nakobe Dean playing middle and the wheel being Quay Walker. Like it feels like with Maxx Crosby and Quiddy Payne. Like it feels like. You go outside, you're going to get hit. You go inside, you're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
You are going to get smoked.
They want to be the old Raiders. They want to hit. They want to hit.
It does it not feel like that? Like this, you go and guess what? hey, we run to the right. We're going to run to the right. We're going to run to the left. We got Linderbaum. Linderbaum's going to call it. And you got Colton Miller who's going to come back. Left tackle, let's just go smoke people.
I love those old Raiders teams, those old chaos 80s Raiders teams. They had a guy on there named Van McElroy.
Yeah.
Little teeny tiny safety. And he's the guy that used to meet him up at jumping over to get a touchdown. He would meet him right in the middle. Head to head.
It feels like, hey,
it's probably illegal now.
We may not win 6 games. And our running game is going to be, it sounds cute with inside zone, outside zone. No.
Let Fernando Mendoza get his feet under him.
This is what we're going to do. On 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 5, Kirk Cousins, get us 5 yards, teach this kid something. If we only win a couple games by game 6, we'll let him in there. But everybody's going to know we are going to punch you in the mouth. We may not only win 6 games, but next year we're coming and we're going to punch you in the mouth this year. And I love it. I love these additions.
I like it.
I'm excited for the first time. I'm excited about Vegas. I want to see the Death Star hopping. This is what the vision was, and unfortunately they had Derek Carr. Now they're building it the right way.
I'm excited to see what comes out of camp, because that's what's going to really tell a lot, is where all these guys, how well they mesh coming out of camp.
Yeah. So you got the 2 running backs, right? This is a running team, right?
I mean, Kubiak's their coach.
It's a running team. Jack Bex is on this team still as a starter because he does what?
He blocks.
He blocks. Jalen Naylor is on this team because he blocks.
He's going to have to, and he's speed.
Yep. So I like it. I like what they're doing. They have a bright future, man.
Yeah,
it's just so hard for them in this division.
Linderbaum is that, and I want to see what Dean and Walker do again. Look, I loved watching them in Georgia. Oh my gosh, I get to see it again in Las Vegas. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I want the Raiders to be relevant again, like they were years ago with all the mainstay teams. I want that silver and black to mean something when it comes on the TV. You're like, I got to watch this.
I got to watch this hit. Just win, baby. I want to see it back. Yep. Listen, this is one of my favorite teams going forward. So, look, you want a signed helmet? That's how excited.
Authenticated by Beckett, Ashton, Jeanty.
Yep. What did we say?
35,000
subs.
Come on.
We'll give it away.
That's it.
Pack it up nice for you.
Invite your friends. Somebody's getting a party.
Yep. All
right, guys. Till next time. I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldera.
And I'm the Chatterlight.
And we're out.
Smash Mouth Footballers.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.